Hello. So today we are going to be talking about SOPs, where to find them, where to add them, and how to even create them. And I'm going to make this quick, so let's dive right in. So first and foremost, we add these all into our raw brain. One of the things we focus on, or our pillars here in the Raw DAO, is education, networking, and transforming physical creations to digital assets. So one of the things that we are doing with education and this transformation is, while we are learning, while we are creating, we are also creating the educational tools that are going to empower the next creators and others and even ourselves, so that we are all being able to use what we know and add that to this brain so that we are all getting smarter together. So in order to find our brain, you want to go to our updates channel here in our Discord. Once you go here, you click on our pinned tweets. We have some awesome pins there, so be sure to check them out. But here you will see our Google Drive, so you click on that. You will have to request access if you've never been here, so make sure you do that, and you will get accepted fairly quickly, and then you'll be able to access all of our different folders here. So today we're going to be focusing on this SOP folder. So as you see, we have 4 different areas of focus. One for the raw DAO specifically, where we have SOPs with how we are running the DAO. We have for the physical to digital process, where we will help others see the steps and the processes and how to go physical to digital. Also for NFT artists and for businesses. So again, as you are conquering these processes, feel free to do what I'm about to go over now to create SOPs so that you can share what you're learning with the next person that might help, change their business, or the next NFT artist in the space, or someone trying to change their physical to digital item, or just even in our raw DAO and helping us with the many things that we are trying to break down and simplify for our entire community, not just the raw community, but the Web3 community and crypto community and NFT community and our society in a whole, I should say. So let's dive into this some more. So what are we going to do? So once you're here, you're going to go to the one for raw DAOs. So once you see here, you're going to open this up. This is the OG template. So you'll see it'll always say template in the name or focus area of that template. So what I'm going to do here is click on that, and it opens up very nicely. It shows me this is, again, a template for those that want to create more SOPs. And the awesome thing is, here are some links, and when I click on this first link, that is actually going to take me to the Google Doc form. Now I've got this Google Doc form, and I can actually go here to File, make a copy, and then you don't have to change the name immediately, but you just go to make a copy. It will open it up here, and now you're in Google Docs, and you can now edit this. So you can change the name here. Who is this for? This is going to be for the raw DAO, and I just showed you all again the 4 different areas as well on who this can be for. So is it for businesses, for NFT artists, for physical to digital, or for the raw DAO? You want to be specific. And if this is for a different DAO or for a different business, you would just put their specific name here. And then we're going to move on to our subject title. What is our subject? What are we talking about? Our next step is also, we want to talk about our goals. This should just be 2 to 3 steps. Very easy. You want to list any who's involved, right? Who is going to be needing to look at this? Who is going to be involved in this process? Who is involved here? And then you go into detailed steps under this process here, explaining literally step by step. Think about in first or second grade when it's like, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly, and trying to really dig into those steps so that those reading this can follow it and continue to follow it and have effectiveness within our community with how we are getting these things done. Then you'll want to attach the necessary documents. Like I said, because this is a template that people can continue to reuse, I did include this actual document. So what I did was I pressed share, and then once I did that, I made sure I came under here to get link, change to anyone with the link, and I checked here where it says they can be a viewer, a commenter, or an editor. I do like leaving it on commenter so people can actually just comment, but not actually change my document. Do not leave it on editor, because then people with this link that are reading your PDF in our brain can then change it, and we don't want that, because you want to actually go through those comments and make sure you edit accordingly. So once you have that, I didn't even show the last step there, I guess, really quickly. So once I've changed it to commenter, just copy link. That's it, link copied, and I would paste it here. And to import links, you want to actually click this, insert a link, and you see it will pop up, you apply, and then it'll go here. That way, when you hover over these things, you see how it gives you a brief preview of it, and it also looks really nice like that in our form here where you look at it, so we don't have to go back through that process. But yes, very, very efficient when you go through that way. So then after you add your necessary documents, I did also attach an article to talk more about SOPs. You can attach any references, YouTube videos. I am also going to include this YouTube video actually in here and go back and add an updated version of this to the brain. So what I'll do is I'll actually delete this one and add the new one that I'm going to add this YouTube video link to, so that people see this document, they can access the template, they can watch the YouTube video and read this article about SOPs and be good to go with creating more and more. Then most importantly, you have your glossary. So include any words that you feel the need to break down, especially within this new space where people have a tendency of creating their own words, their own terminologies, their own way of saying things, which is awesome. And this is your space to go ahead and offer that, to say, hey, this is what this means, and you will be able to show people that this word is related to this idea, and be able to build that glossary from there. So an SOP in general is a standard operating procedure to set a set of step-by-step instructions compiled by organizations to help workers carry out routine operations. SOPs aim to achieve efficiency, quality, output, and performance uniformity while reducing, I did not even finish my sentence, but it's like reducing chances of going against regulations, because we are all in the same accordance, but we don't even really need that one. So, and performance uniformity, period. So awesome. That's all that is. Then we go down to our notes. So here you can, put anything. I just notated here to remember to stay on topic when you're writing these SOPs. Make sure you keep the format. I tried to put little stars here, but one thing I did notice as well is I tried to change the stars green. So now when I go to actually type, it makes the words green. So what I had to start doing was actually going back to just like this first word and then typing raw and then going back, deleting that. So I'll probably also edit that when I add in this YouTube video and change those stars back to black, so that once people are editing this template, they do not need to keep changing their colors, because we want things to be cohesive. That's why I even made this template. So let me fast forward to an actual finished template. So using this template, I did also make a SOP for creating templates. So what I did was, let me see if I can actually find that document. Here we are here. So what I'm going to do now is show you how you add that to your brain. So now I have my brain here, and there we are. Okay, so we have our brain here on this side. We'll close that small. Okay, perfect. So we have our new document that we created. I've already downloaded it to my own computer. You always want to make sure you name it SOP and the focus area, so that again it's easy once people are in our brain looking like, what is this? They can search it very easy as well. So I've saved it here, and the very easy way to put it into the brain is to drag and drop. See, it's blue, we dropped it, it's uploading and complete. Now it's here for SOP template creation. So now I can open that up, and SOP for DAO SOP creation. So you see I've gone into editing everything. This is for the raw DAO. This SOP will go over the purpose and steps of creating SOPs within the DAO ecosystem. You will also gain an understanding on how to create SOP templates for more specific SOPs others will be able to reuse as well, which would be like that first one where I was able to actually create this. Now for those templates, you will want to, and I can go into that in the end, I guess. So let's just kind of focus back here. So following along with our steps, right, our focus areas, who are our roles, our stakeholders, who's interested here that's going to be needing this? Well, each of our roles are. So I did include all of them, but say if this was only for the educators, I would have only put educators, or maybe just educators and strategists, I would have only put them. Maybe it's our general community, I would have added them as well. Our general community won't necessarily be creating SOPs though, because if they are, then they'll be promoted to an educator or a strategist or moderator wherever they do fit. So, but some things, again, the general community can complete without having to actually be one of these specific roles. So, and again, when you're creating it for others, it may also have like specific names or, different kind of roles. So it does vary, but this is again more focused for just the raw DAO and our core building for that raw DAO. So, but again, if you are doing these for something like businesses, maybe you'll put here like managers, employees, bussers, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of all kind of different things, different roles basically, CEOs, CFOs, including who's that focused for. So then we go into our process, break it down as much as you can. One of these steps that is very important, once you actually get these steps done, you want to give it to somebody else to actually review. Give it to one of your teammates to review. Ideally more than one teammate, try to get to 2, try to get your whole team if you can, put it out to your whole team can look at it so anybody can offer any feedback, but you definitely want to have one other person review it, offer any feedback, any edits. If they say it's great, awesome. And then you want to have someone test it. Now this would be ideal. Maybe you have another team member in another group that's been interested in helping out, with yours as well. So this can be a chance to say, hey, this is an SOP, so you can follow this step by step and complete this task to help us out here. Let me know if you have any questions, and now you're able to see if any steps were missed, if there were any confusion or any gaps in this process that you've created. Now sometimes this is always not possible when you initially create that SOP, so don't let that stop you from actually, once you've created it, once you've had your peers edit it, add it to the brain, and then get someone to start testing it, because you can always again edit it and re-upload it there as well. It's also very important as you create these to save it as a PDF. So you'd go to File, Download, and you want to download as a PDF. Of course, like I've mentioned many times, always save it by SOP first, underscore, in the name of your project. I do suggest organizing your stuff here very, very much. So I have an entire folder just for SOPs, and that's how I like to keep it. So let's continue to move along, and let's see. So what do we have next? Okay, so our documents here. Okay, so all I've got to do now is I've dragged and dropped it, and that's it. So yeah, this has been the explanation of how to actually copy this SOP template into Google Docs. That is what I use, free and easy to get it done, sharing it with others, commenting, and adding it to the brain. Again, we do want to make this as easy as possible for others to add to, and that's why I was saying creating these templates that others can continue to build on as well. Say for example, how to use X software, like how to use Dash 3D, how to use Clone 3D, how to use Unreal Engine 5, right? If we have a specific template for how to use software, that's what the template can be called. People can fill in, the name of that software, the steps for how to do it, include pictures, include references, and continue to build on that. We can do that for so many different things to, again, get our community engaged and adding to that and helping us build this brain and share their knowledge. So I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you adding awesome SOPs to the raw brain, and we are building. We have an awesome strategy, and we're going to continue to collect these resources to help others in the space that are looking for these resources. So thanks for listening. Have a great day.